Farms, animals, chickens, eggs, hay, industrialization, mechanization, gas, houses. Can all these things coexist?
Year after year, you, the people of Montreal, are in search of a solution. A prosperous solution that can save you money, pollute less, and feed the people. We have to consider one thing. Is the production of food really that bad? Is it a cause worth discussing? The industrialized food system accounts for 1/3 of human-caused global warming. But how is the production of food so highly correlated with the environment? Over the last 100 years, we veered away from the small-scale farms and freshly grown products. The industrialized food system has taken over the industry. The need for meat production is increasing because our diets have changed. Today, greenhouse gas emissions are mainly from synthetic fertilizers, the development of new crops, and the adoption of large-scale farms. The main source of these greenhouse gas emissions in agriculture are from the methane, which is released from the animal feces, and nitrous oxide, which is released from the soil. These two gases on their own account for 10 to 12% of greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture. This doesn't account for the pollution caused by the transportation of animals, nor the petroleum-based chemicals that are used to protect the crops.
The World Bank reports that the global food price rose 83% over the last 3 years. The FAO cites a 45% increase in the whole food price index during the past 9 months. 2008 and 2011 have particularly been difficult years in the increase of food prices and have resulted in riots, deaths, and drastic increase in poverty. The main reason for these major price increases has been the constant rise in oil, which increases the farmers' costs to run the machinery and therefore increases the prices in our supermarkets. It is not that there isn't enough food, because according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, there's been a 2% increase in food production. It's just that not as many people can afford it and people are going hungry.
Davino. I am an urban farmer. I have 5 hens. I got a couple of years ago, and we live in Montreal. We got our hens because we were interested in eating healthily and finding local forms of protein that we didn't have to buy from the grocery store and have trucked in from God knows where and that had terrible lives. So we thought we'd have our own hens. I've had hens several times in my life, so it wasn't foreign to me. And I also thought it was valuable to share it with my community. At first it was a bit of an underground operation because I wasn't really sure if hens were allowed for about the first year. And then when one of them got loose and the Westmount security people returned it to me, I realized that we were golden. They were petting the hens, and they each took an egg home, and so I knew it was fine. Each of the chicks cost $3 a piece. So the real investment is getting their coop sorted, and then a bag of organic feed, which costs $20. And I would say that it feeds the hens for about a month or two, a month and a half. Absolutely, and in Westmount we started growing veg in a lot of our portable planters that get put down every spring. We have 44 planters and then several big ones where we have growing vegetables that are open to the whole community to take. I really am trying to say they're just plants and we're just people and we could just grow stuff and eat it. It's not a secret. It's just that we're caught in a culture that's tried to move away from the earth so hard that we're sort of swept up in it. And we're all just a bit victimized by the whole movement to move away from the earth and let somebody else do the farming and the ugly, dirty stuff that comes along with it. And, it'll be a relief for us to take our food back.
In 2011, Montreal Council took a poll asking Montreal citizens what they wanted to see in their neighborhoods. The 2 main answers were they wanted to see a greener area, such as more trees and plants, and they wanted to see more community gardens. Let's do it. Well, first, we can start gardening. We can either make ones in our backyards or our front yards, or we can join community gardens like the ones in NDG. Secondly, we can buy from local farmers. There are a bunch of them all over Montreal, and we can get them either at co-ops or markets like the Atwater or Chantillo.
Urban agriculture is the practice of cultivating, processing, and distributing food in and around a village, town, or city. Urban farming is generally practiced for income-earning, food-producing activities. It increases the amount of food available to people living around it and allows fresh vegetables and fruit and meat products to be made available to urban consumers. Montreal has many different ways in which they are contributing to the environment. The citizen living in Westmount who has dedicated her home to grow chicken farm and the garden in NDG are just examples of what we can do to help our environment. We believe that urban agriculture can truly help our environment for many reasons. It is not as realistic to think that the whole city of Montreal can and will begin to use urban agriculture as a main source of income. But this little chicken coop in Westmount is just the start. People are interested in this, and we are interested in this, and hoping can change our society for good.